Now that I got my breakdown of trailer 2 out of the way, we can check out the GTA 6 official website. I got the website link below in the description section. Feel free and check it out yourself. There's a lot of artwork. There's tons of images. We're going to try and go over as many images as possible. And there's also locations throughout Leonita and various characters. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do this in order with people, then places. So we'll start off with the people: Jason, Lucia, Cal, Booby, Draquan, Real Dimes, Raul, and Brian. So we'll talk about them first, and then we'll move on to the various locations throughout Leonita, such as Vice City, Leonita Keys, Grass Rivers, Port Gilhorn, Ambrosia, and Mount Caliga. Or Caliga? Eh. But yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So in case you're wondering the way I'm going to stack this. By the way, Rockstar put a lot of work into the trailer and into this website. Looks amazing. Now, if you're watching this on computer like I am, you can just use the wheel on your mouse to basically scroll through the entire thing. So it like pans back to the GTA logo. GTA 6 coming May 2025 to PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Some people are complaining about it not coming to PC. Most of us know that Rockstar is focused right now on getting the game good to go on the PS5, PS Pro, as well as Xbox Series X and S. And later on, they'll work on the port for Grand Theft Auto 6 for PC. Sorry, PC players, you're just going to have to be patient. Okay, so this bit of information we already went over, but we'll go over it again. Vice City, USA. Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonita, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. All right, so we're going to start with the people, the main characters and supporting characters of Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, obviously, these are not going to be all the characters, but we got quite a few featured today. All right, so we're going to start from the top down with Jason. And one thing I got to say about this image is it looks really cool to see the Ocean View Hotel in the background from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. So we're definitely going to have a lot of references from Vice City, Easter eggs, and whatnot in GTA 6. Even if these two games are in separate universes, it's still nice to see Vice City once again. So with the Ocean View Hotel in the background, Jason holding Lucia as we scroll down. I like this. This looks really, really cool, by the way, on the website. And here's the bio for Jason Duval. Jason wants an easy life, but things just keep getting harder. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks after a stint in the army trying to shake off his troubled teens. He found himself in the Keys doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners. It might be time to try something new. Probably a good idea. So in these images, we see different looks for Jason, different clothing options for him as well. So I hope some of these shirts make their way into the Rockstar warehouse for us to actually buy for real. That'd be kind of cool to have a Leonita t-shirt. But the facial hair looks really good, the different hairstyles. Chances are with Jason, we'll be able to grow out his beard and hair, just like with John and Arthur in Red Dead Redemption 2. So I can see some people eventually growing Jason out to the point where he has like a big bushy beard and long ass hair. That would be freaking hilarious. But the interior looks really good. The fabric of the clothing for the characters looks amazing, along with the hair design. Looks great, Rockstar. Well done. All right, next image. Jason's on a motorcycle. Looks like the Principe Alvino. I don't think this is in GTA Online, so this is apparently a brand new motorcycle for GTA 6. Palm trees in the background. The clouds look amazing. The clothing as well. Tattoos, clean shaving, and the reflection on the sunglasses looks amazing, along with the mirrors for the vehicle. So it looks like we'll be able to actually drive in first person in GTA 6, and the mirrors will actually work, which is good. The pistol design looks amazing. Even like hair on his arm. So let's move on to the next image where he has a little bit more facial hair. And I think this is Cal. And here comes two guys about to cause trouble in the background while they're at the bar. And the lighting looks great. Yeah, it's just everything looks really, really good. So yeah, Hair on the arm. Once again, hair on the chest. And yeah, I can't wait to see players grow out Jason's beard. All right, next image. Jason's obviously wearing a disguise, some cheap sunglasses, and a bandana over his face. And this looks like a old V-Rock t-shirt. I think that's a V-Rock shirt. I could be wrong, but I think that's V-Rock right there. So that's pretty cool. So hopefully V-Rock is one of the radio stations in GTA 6. If anything happens to me, I'm right behind you. Another day in paradise, right? Meeting Lucia could be the best or worst thing to ever happen to him. Jason knows how he'd like it to turn out, but right now it's hard to tell. Okay, so let's look at this image. We got Vice City in the background. Looks like Jason's going into a combat situation. He's got his AR. Looks really amazing. I mean, the attention to detail is fantastic. Hopefully there's a lot of customization options for our weapons in GTA 6, similar to Red Dead Redemption 2. Another image of Jason. He looks a little younger. I could be wrong, but he looks a little younger in this image. Maybe like a few years younger, with a nice looking beach shirt and let's see, I think a hotel in the background, some lighting, people walking down the street. And Jason with kind of a Ryan Gosling look going on with a different hairstyle, sunglasses with the reflection looking good, going fishing. So yeah, we'll be able to go fishing and hunting in GTA 6. Somebody in a previous video was complaining about that, but I think the majority of us actually like the idea of being able to go hunting and fishing in GTA 6. And I'm sure it's going to be optional where you don't have to if you don't want to. It's just one of the many things you'll be able to do in the world of Grand Theft Auto 6 and 6 Online. Cal's looking at something with binoculars. Either they're straight up fishing and he sees like something in the distance, maybe a shark or a swordfish, or maybe they're pretending to be fishing while they're scouting out a location to rob. In the background, you got some really nice properties in the background. You got a boat in the background as well, and this water, beautiful water. It looks amazing, by the way. All right, now we're going to go from Jason to Lucia. I do like the transition there. Lucia Caminillos. Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. Life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in Leonita Penitentiary. So that's basically what ended up causing her to go to prison. Is I guess she got into a fight and she got in trouble. Maybe somebody got seriously hurt or worse. And that's why Lucia is in prison at the beginning of trailer 1. And why Jason is picking her up from prison in trailer 2. Sheer luck got her out. Lucia has learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here on. Okay, so in this image, Lucia is obviously at the gym, hitting up a punching bag. Similar to GTA San Andreas with CJ, hopefully we'll be able to build up our strength and our speed, our endurance, our stamina by like going to the gym, working out like we saw with Jason in trailer 1 with the weights. Lucia here, punching bag with the sweat and the effects coming off the punching bag. Looks awesome. Looks really, really good. So maybe we'll be able to build up your melee skills by, hitting the weights and throwing your fist towards a punching bag. Another beautiful image of Lucia, some customization options. She has ear pods in. So she could use that for talking over the phone, listening to music. This drink looks really good. Got strawberry. The strawberry looks nice. The glass, the beverage, the water, along with the buildings in the background. So I'm sure you'll be able to swim in the various pools and water throughout Leonita and Vice City. Just don't go swimming too deep because there are sharks out there most likely, and alligators. Now this definitely looks like a younger image of Lucia, just like we were talking about a moment ago with Jason. So maybe there'll be like a flashback earlier before she goes to jail and why she ends up in prison. She looks a little bit younger here. She has a different hairstyle going into the slammer. So this must be, right when she's going to prison, and then there's going to be like a 5-year time jump for her. Obviously, there's going to be a variety of different hairstyles for Lucia and Jason in GTA 6, but I seriously doubt you'll be able to grow out a beard for Lucia. More than anything, Lucia wants the good life her mom has dreamed of since their days in Liberty City. So Lucia is originally from Liberty City. Instead of half-baked fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. All right, another really cool image of Lucia appearing out of a vehicle. That looks really amazing at night in Vice City. The lipstick looks really good. Like everything about this looks so amazing. The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got. A life with Jason could be her way out. Fresh out of prison and ready to change the odds in her favor, Lucia's committed to a plan no matter what it takes. So a few more images of Lucia. So we got her at a nightclub in a nice dress with her hair nicely done. Looks really good while everyone's dancing the night away. Next, we have an image of her hiding from somebody that's in pursuit of her. Obviously, she's sweating because it's hot and humid in Leonita, just like in Florida. Plus, there's probably already been some action that's taken place previously in this mission. And she's probably a little nervous because somebody is obviously out to get her. She's hoping to get the drop on him before he gets her. Another cool image of Lucia with some more clothing, a nice leather jacket, pants, on a motorcycle. And if you look over here on the motorcycle, this is a different state. Gloriana. I don't know if that's supposed to be GTA's version of Georgia or Louisiana, maybe a little bit of both. But confirmed, there are other states besides Leonita, especially states that happen to neighbor the state of Leonita. The state of Gloriana is obviously one of those states. So you'll probably see license plates of San Andreas, Liberty City, Venturas, etc. Perhaps even some Yankton license plates. By the way, the artwork looks amazing as well. They're at the motel, clearly. Bag of money. They must have just pulled off a score. They're just relaxing after the mission's over. Lucy appears to be wearing a similar beach shirt to one that Jason's wearing. So just like with a lot of girlfriends and wives, they sometimes like to wear their spouse's clothing. I know that to be true, but yeah, looks really good. Only in Leonita, when the sun fades and the neon glows, everyone has something to gain and more to lose. The next character is Cal Hampton. What if everything on the internet was true? Jason's friend and fellow associate of Brian's, Cal feels the safest hanging at home, snooping on the Coast Guard comms with a few beers and some private browser tabs open. I'm sure he does. So he's having a drink, he's hanging out on a boat. We got a dodo flying in the background, the water, a bridge with some vehicles overhead. Looks really amazing, the artwork does. A few screenshots of Cal and Jason, so they're hanging out together. Cool shirt. Violence is cool. Thanks, video games. Cal and Jason both work for Brian, so this is one of Brian's businesses. We got Cal, appears to be out of mini golf, so I guess we'll be able to do mini golf in GTA 6 and possibly 6 online. Cool looking beach shirt with aliens hiding in the background, plus a little shark tooth, if I'm not mistaken. Dodo's flying by as Cal's looking up towards it. It appears to be dropping something into the water. Quote unquote, there are way too many birds flying around in perfect formation. Oh no. It's the stupid bird conspiracy that some people have, the belief that birds aren't real. And of course, the earth is also flat. All right, some more images of Cal. He's at the bar. I guess maybe pool's coming back, baby, finally. Something we've been asking for since GTA 4. That'd be really awesome if we could pull back in GTA 6 as well as 6 online. So it's inside one of the bars, or maybe the main bar they like to hide in and hang out. Just having a lovely game of pool between some bros. There's Cal once again, just at the pool on a floaty flamingo with some booze. Looks like actually booze and soda pop. Yeah, just having a good time, relaxing in the Leonita sun. The psychopaths are in charge. Get used to it. Well, truer words had never been spoken. Cal is at the low tide of America and happy there. Casual, paranoia, loves company, but his friend Jason has bigger plans. All right, so we talked about Jason, Lucia, Cal. Now we're going to move on to Booby Ike. Booby Ike is all about the heart, Jack of Hearts. Booby is a local Vice City legend, acts like it. One of the few transform his time in the streets into legitimate empires spanning real estate, strip club, and a recording studio. Booby's all smiles until it's time to talk business. All right, so let's check out some images of Booby. Once again, the clothing, the hairstyle looks really amazing graphically. I mean, I'm just impressed with how far things have come since Red Dead Redemption 2. I can see why it's taken Rockstar such a long time to work on this game. It's definitely going to be well worth the wait. Another image of Booby inside the nightclub or strip club shoe store with some chains. It looks like he has some styrofoam cups and some really good lighting in the background. All right, some more information. The club money pays for the studio and the drug money pay for it all. So obviously he uses the drug money to pay for everything. and the studio, the strip club, those are basically Booby's front operations. Once again, the fabric is really, really impressive. And also, obviously, the design of the chains, the jewelry, the necklaces, it all looks really, really good. See, there's a Young Ancestor t-shirt over here. Top quality cuts. Booby might seem like he's just out for himself, but it's his partnership with young aspiring music mogul Draquan from Only Raw Records that he's most invested in now that they just need a hit. Speaking of Draquan, let's find out more about him. Draquan Priest, Only Raw Records. Draquan was always more of a hustler than gangster. Even when he was dealing on the streets to make ends meet, breaking into the music was the goal. Here's a few images of Draquan, and I believe we're going to be introduced to these two in just a moment. So there's Draquan. They're all at a nightclub together, hanging out, having a good time. Another image. He's at a party, dressed rather well, and it looks like a nice, relaxing evening in Vice City. All right, some more information about Draquan. He's wearing that Manatees t-shirt, and we actually see him and Jason together in trailer 2, by the way. So maybe Draquan and Jason end up becoming friends throughout the main story of GTA 6. Dances are like my A&Rs. If the record's a hit, DJ's gonna be spinning it. This is obviously the Only Raw Records studio where they're working on a track with the soundboard. That looks amazing, by the way. Used to do this back in my radio days with the Cool Edit or Adobe Audition is what we used to use. So obviously they're mixing some tracks together. Another image of Draquan at the nightclub. You're with the label now. Now that he's signed the Real Dimes, Draquan's days of booking acts into Booby's strip club might be numbered as he sets his sights on the Vice City scene. And speaking of the Real Dimes, let's go check them out. All right, so we got the Real Dimes, viral videos, viral hooks. Baylux and Roxy, aka Real Dimes, have been friends since high school. Girls with the savvy to turn their time shaking down local dealers into cold hard cash via spicy rap tracks and relentless social media presence. Here's another image from the record studio. Looks really good. There's Roxy and Draquan going for a ride. And the fur coat looks amazing along with her hair. All right, some more information about them. Here we go. They're dancing at the nightclub. All my dimes in this club, meet my twin, make a dub. And some more screenshots. They're partying on top of a car, having a real good time. Obviously, people are recording them because, social media, and they also happen to be social media influencers. Here they are once again at the record studio, recording a few tracks. One hit away from fame. An early hit single with local rapper Downplay took the Real Dimes to new heights. Now, after 5 years, a whole lot of trouble, they're signed on to Only Raw Records, hoping the lightning can strike twice. And from Real Dimes to Raul Batista. Now, this is one of the characters I am interested in. He is a bank robber, and I think he's somebody that you're going to be interacting with later on in the game as Jason and Lucia do more scores, bigger scores, and start to really make a name for themselves. Raul Batista, experience counts, confidence, charm, and cunning. Raul's seasoned bank robber, always on the hunt for new talent, ready to take the risks and bring the biggest rewards. Now, this guy definitely looks serious and seasoned, and I think that this is somebody you definitely want to have on your good side. You get on Raul's bad side, I think that it might be the last mistake you ever make. Another really good image of Raul during, sunset. Right on the waters of Vice City. I think this is probably his boat. All right, some more information about him. And it looks like they're going into a gunfight, Raul and a few others. And in the background, you see the flag of the United States of America. And I believe this flag is probably the flag of the state of Leonita because, states do have their own flags. All right, so the gunfight's happening. And I think that maybe one of these characters in the background is Jason. That could be Jason right there. And I think this is Lucia. Obviously, they're in a major gunfight against the police, bank robbery. So this is probably one of the missions that you'll have to do somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be near the game or in like the halfway point of the game. But it'll probably be a quick minute before you're able to get to this point as Lucy and Jason before you encounter Raul and start doing some much bigger bank robberies and probably even heists. I hope there's a lot more options for the heists than we got in GTA 5, because the heists are really good in GTA 5. It's going to be amazing to see how far heists have come from Grand Theft Auto 5 and online to GTA 6. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Life is full of surprises, my friend. I think we'll all be wise to remember that. All right, a few more images of Raul. And the interiors look really good. Look at this leather. Look how it's obviously not brand new. It's a nice car, but not a new car. You can see some scratches here and there, a little bit of dirt. That gun looks amazing. Once again, I hope that we have a lot of customization. I really like this jacket. I love leather jackets, so this thing looks great. It has some character to it, just like my leather jacket. And it's a nice looking car. And of course, a nice bag of money to go with you. Another really good image of Raul, obviously all cleaned up, professional looking, going out for a night on the town in Vice City. A professional adapts. Raul's recklessness raises the stakes of every score. Sooner or later, his crew will have to double down or pull their chips from the table. So I'm curious about, is Raul going to be an ally of Lucia and Jason's from beginning to end? I mean, when he meets them all the way to the end of the game and beyond that post-game, or will Raul turn out to become an antagonist, or perhaps even the main protagonist for Jason and Lucia besides the cops in the events of GTA 6? I'm definitely looking forward to Raul and seeing how his character plays out in the events of Grand Theft Auto 6. As we move on to Brian Heder, we saw him in the trailer. He is the guy that you work for as Jason at the beginning. You could say that he's kind of a father figure of sorts for Jason and Cal. So that's going to be interesting to see that dynamic as well. Brian Heder, nothing better than a mudslide at sunset. Brian's classic drug runner from the golden ages of smuggling in the Keys, still moving product through his boatyard with his third wife, Lori. Brian's been around long enough to let others do his dirty work. All right, so let's quickly go over his screenshots as well. He's got a really nice beach shirt on, nice watch, some tattoos. Brick, who knows what might be in that brick? I'm guessing it might be illegal. Okay, so next, look at the reflection in his sunglasses. Like, they're really improving the reflections in mirrors and sunglasses. That's definitely a positive, plus the realism of this game. Sometimes you sit there and you look at an image like this, and it's amazing how far video games have come, and sometimes you forget that you're looking at a video game. There's mud on the window of the truck. This is probably Brian's truck from trailer 2. He's got a chain on. You can see the hair, the tattoos. You got Jason over here. They're obviously out in the woods, out in the swamp, probably grass rivers. We'll talk about the different locations in just a few. All right, so we're about to get more information about Brian, and this could very well be his third wife, Lori, walking up to him. And meanwhile, Brian is enjoying a nice, cool E-Cola. And I do like this beach shirt. He's got some nice drip. A lot of these characters have nice clothing. I hauled so much grass in that plane, I couldn't make the state of Leonita levitate. I'm willing to bet that this is probably Lori. So this is probably Lori. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I get the feeling that this could be his third wife. But I guess we'll find out. More images of Brian. I do like these t-shirts. They do look really good. All right, so backtracking again real quick. I think that this is also Lori. I think that it's just that she has her hair underneath a ball cap. So this is also Lori. At least I believe it is. So I'm going to say this is Lori. And this is also Lori, just cleaned up a little bit with her hair down, wearing some decent clothing. Obviously also has tattoos. And you got Brian and Jason. See Brian handing Jason a gun. And Jason with a little bit of a beard. Not a huge beard. Looks like a Leonita beach bum. Moves like a great white shark. Brian's letting Jason live rent-free in one of his properties, so long as he helps with local shakedowns and stops by for Lori's sangria once in a while. Now we're moving on from people to places in GTA 6, Vice City, Leonita, Grass Rivers, Port Gellhorn, Ambrosia, and Mount Caliga. All right, so we're obviously going to start off with Vice City, the main city in the state of Leonita. And one thing I got to say right now is I love the fact that Rockstar took the font from GTA Vice City and used it for the postcard. So props, Rockstar, for doing that. It's the small things, right, that we appreciate. We got some beautiful water. We got a whole bunch of boats. We got a yacht. We got obviously a skyline of Leonita. We got some construction going on, helicopters flying by, birds. We got a Ferris wheel over here. So let's go ahead and explore Vice City. All right. Everything in excess. We're a long way from the 80s. Yeah, because when most of us think of Vice City, we think of the 80s because the game was set in the 80s. But Vice City is still the sun and fun capital of America. The glamour, hustle, and greed of America captured in a single city. Each neighborhood has something to offer, from pastoral Art Deco hotels, bright white sands of Ocean Beach, bustling panderias of the Little Cuba, and the bootleg brands of the Tishawaka Flea Market, out to the port of Vice City, the cruise ship capital of the world. All right, let's just move on to some screenshots. Now, these are the ones I'm really excited about. All right, so this is outside of Vice City International. A sign that says, obviously, Vice City. You got a private jet flying into Vice City International. It looks really, really good. And look at the clouds. It's obviously sunsetting. It's about to be nighttime, so just in time for the party. Next image is obviously at one of the resorts. You got a pool down here. You got beaches over here, the ocean, and what appears to be a cougar with a younger guy. As long as they're legal, I have no problem with this. So it could be in the morning because the sun's hitting the ocean right here. It looks like the sun's probably low in the sky and she's enjoying a cup of coffee, just waking up with her younger stud muffin. All right, this is a really good vision of like further inside Vice City and different areas in Vice City. The cloud coverage looks amazing. The birds, different buildings throughout the world of Vice City. I don't expect every single building to have an interior or to be interval, but it'd be awesome if like there's way more buildings that we can go inside in GTA 6 than we could in GTA 5 and online. So I am looking forward to exploring Vice City along with the rest of the world of Leonita in GTA 6. Here's another potential customization option, maybe at least in GTA 6 online. Maybe you'll be able to do some customization for your teeth. And check out this old guy. She's probably not happy. He's probably like, I remember when you used to look like that, baby. And then she's probably like, well, I remember when you used to look like this guy over here. And then you have this boy back here with his beer belly looking for something metal on the beach, doing some metal detecting. And you got a lifeguard in the background, all of his ATV. Everybody just walking around having a good time on the beach of Vice City. I don't know if this is Washington Beach or Ocean Beach. But yeah, looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to ride around or walk around or swim on the edge of the waters of the beaches of Vice City. See, a few girls having a little too much fun with the Vice City Police Department. Yeah, I don't think that the Vice City Police Department appreciates this. Of course, they're at the same time taking photos, doing social media stuff. And these guys are probably like, why do we have to be on duty? Why couldn't you do this to us when we're not on duty and we're just trying to have a good time? So these guys are part of the Vice City Beach. So we got Vice Beach Police. We got several different police departments throughout the state of Leonita. And these guys obviously are going to be responsible for the beach portion of Vice City. We got Ocean View Hotel once again in the background. We got Hotel Dixon over here. This is probably another interior shot of the strip club. For censorship reasons, the trailer and screenshots, the girls are not topless. It wouldn't surprise me if in the game, they probably will end up being topless, just like they are in 5 and online. It is a strip club after all. Another great night shot of Vice City. We got the Ferris wheel that we just saw a moment ago. We got the Vice City port over here. We also got this, I guess you could say, a basketball concert arena. And we got a lot of stuff going on at night in Vice City. So it's going to be really cool to like roam around Vice City during the daytime and especially at night. The lighting effects have gotten even better since GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Another screenshot during the daytime. I believe this might be a faction donk. We've had that since Lowriders back in GTA Online. Several different vehicles, people just riding around. There's an overpass here. And we got a Rottweiler, so obviously we got dogs and cats in GTA 6. There's a street gang with street bikes and ATVs just riding around, having a good time. All right, from Vice City, we move down to the Leonita Keys. And here's a postcard from Leonita Keys. And it looks really nice down here. There's probably a lot of money down in the Leonita Keys. We got a dodo flying by. We got some boats in the water. A lot of ocean. We got Vice City in the far distance up here. We got some clouds. The clouds look amazing. So we're going to go check out the Leonita Keys. Gateway to Paradise. Dress code is casual. Bars are loaded. Life in this tropical archipelago isn't flashy, but it's easy. Get your buzz on and pull up a deck chair, but look out, you are right on the doorstep of some of the most beautiful and dangerous waters of all America. All right, so let's check out some of these amazing screenshots. One of which is this dodo flying by. Another, I guess it's another angle from the postcard with this bridge going all the way down to the Leonita Keys, all the way up from Vice City. So we can see the draw distance from the city all the way down here. I wonder how long it's going to take by a vehicle, like one of these vehicles, to drive from here all the way up to Vice City. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to trying out, and hopefully a year from now. And boats on the water. We got boats on the water. We can see how far it goes in the clouds. We got an iguana just casually walking by, a dude riding a bicycle with his doggo, an old lady on a scooter, and we got a bus here. We got lots of other stuff going on. There's probably tourists here that come down, and maybe there's people coming down from Liberty City, like in the winter, because they do that. The Rusty Anchor. I wonder if this is the bar that we're going to see Jason, Cal, and Lucia hang out. Maybe, most likely. This guy's probably had a few too many to drink, and these two are obviously having a good time. And this is a very beautiful shot underwater. So once again, we'll be able to dive into the oceans of GTA 6, just like we were able to in GTA 5. But I think there's going to be a lot more in GTA 6 than 5. We got a sea turtle. We got an eel swimming by. We got some fish. Most likely we're going to have a variety of sharks. And of course, in the swamps, we'll have alligators as well. A nice little flotilla happening in Leonita Keys with a lot of boats, partying, drinking, just having a really, really good time. As expected, down in the Florida Keys, this is also going to be a thing in the Leonita Keys. You got people on this boat over here dancing and partying, riding around in jet skis, this dude on a floating flamingo. Now let's move to the swamp of Grass Rivers. So this is another part of the map that some of you might be interested in, and some people may want to stay away from Grass Rivers. Welcome to the wetlands, untamable jewel of Leonita's crown. You never know what lies beneath the surface of this primordial expanse. The gators may be the most famous attraction, but there are far deadlier predators and weirder discoveries among the mangroves. I wonder if we're going to find any of those like big giant snakes that are invasive, that's invading the Florida swamps right now that they're trying to kill. So we may see a whole bunch of them that we have to take out. Maybe that'll be like a mission we can do as Jason or Lucia. And maybe there's some cryptids down there as well. Maybe some bull sharks are swimming around in the Grass Rivers, because bull sharks are known to go from salt water to fresh water. I'm guessing this might be GTA 6's version of Swamp People, even though Swamp People takes place in Louisiana. There's gators in Louisiana and in Florida. So we got a dead gator. We got what appears to be, I guess, a dead bobcat. So they're obviously out hunting. Obviously, if you're going out into the swamps, you need to take a hunting rifle, like an AR, as well as this rifle. I don't think they're the exact same rifle. I think they're two separate rifles. But obviously, a lot of different customization options that we can expect in GTA 6 when it comes to our rifles, pistols, revolvers, and other military-style weapons. All right, once again on a swamp boat. Looks like that's a shotgun. I think that's a shotgun. And they are completely surrounded by gators. Now, you see these three, right? But there's also two more. There's one right here, and then there's another one right there. So I wonder how the gators are going to react to you. Are they just not going to bother you while you're in the boat? Unless you start shooting at them, will they just flee, or will they try to attack the boat? And when you go swimming in the swamps, will they decide that you're on the menu? Most likely. And another question I got to ask is, with all the hunting in the game, in the ocean, is there going to be legendary animals similar to Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, like a legendary gator, legendary sharks, legendary snakes, legendary mountain lions? Another image in the swamp. We got a swamp boat. We got what appears to be like a police car, probably like a park ranger or a game warden, and then a helicopter flying overhead. And there's some dead gators in the back of this trailer for this truck. It's possible that maybe they're getting arrested because maybe they were out here hunting gators illegally. So maybe in order to go hunting and fishing in GTA 6, maybe you have to have a fishing and or hunting license, just like in real life. There's also a few varmints over here. I don't know if those are beavers or marsupials. There's some birds over here, and there's obviously a second, warden car, game warden, sheriff's department, obviously some sort of law enforcement. Now let's go to Port Gellhorn. So this is Port Gellhorn, a different city in the world of Leonita. And a lot of people speculate that this is going to be the city that we start in with Lucy and Jason. I guess we'll just have to, once again, wait and see. Live hard. This is Leonita's Forgotten Coast. Cheap motels, shut down attractions, empty strip malls won't bring the tourists back, but there's a new economy in the once popular vacation spot. Fueled by malt liquor, painkillers, and truck stop energy drinks, jump on a dirt bike and hold on to your wallet. All right, so let's check out the screenshots for Port Gellhorn, the Starlight Motel. This is featured in the first trailer, the motel that Jason and Lucia are inside. So I think we're going to be spending quite a bit of time maybe early in the game in Port Gellhorn. So yeah, it's a rundown, probably 1-2-star motel. Don't know if you'd want to stay here, but it's probably cheap. There's construction. There's a pool back there. I don't know if I'd want to swim in that pool, to be honest. There's clearly vacancies. What a surprise. King-size beds, low rates, pool, and Wi-Fi. Oh boy, Wi-Fi. Looks like somebody's filming a cat. I think that's a cat. I think they're recording the cat or taking a photo of the cat. And she might be propositioning whoever happens to be in this truck. These guys clearly love plants. They're probably landscapers, nurserymen. And they obviously have a love for the greener things. So I can imagine that they have a pretty green thumb. That is an awful lot of blue stuff coming from Walter and Jesse. In a lot of movies, TV shows, there are really nice strip clubs that they show off. Like the one that we've seen in the trailer, as well as some screenshots of Vice City. But this is not one of them. This is more of a low-end dive out in the middle of nowhere type of strip club. Yeah, you're not going to find the nicest looking dancers here, but hey, new girls, new food, open all night, and they're hiring dancers. If I was to go to a strip club, I would probably avoid this one. But the people of Port Gellhorn like to have a good time. They're just hanging around a bonfire, talking stories, shooting shit, drinking some beer. These two are probably about to wander off into the woods in a few minutes and have some fun. Next, let's go to Ambrosia. So here's Ambrosia. Explore Ambrosia. What does Ambrosia have to offer? Keeping Leonita sweet. The battle for the health and wealth of Leonita begins here. In the heart of Leonita, American industry old school values still reign supreme. Whatever the cost, the Allied Crystal Sugar Refinery provides the jobs, while local biker gang provides almost everything else. So there is a biker gang in this game, at least one biker gang. Now, I could be wrong, but I think the name of this biker gang is Final Chapter. Final Chapter MC, established in 1982. Obviously, they have some different jackets. It looks really good. And their chapter is out of Ambrosia. So this is the Ambrosia chapter. I wonder if we're going to see biker wars between them and the Lost MC. I wonder if we'll have any Lost MC representation in the state of Leonita, but probably not in Ambrosia because these biker gangs are very territorial. So we got a gas station in the distance. We also got an election going on. Yay. And the Ambrosia County Sheriff's Office is just ahead. So there's obviously going to be different police departments in the game, like Vice City, along with Vice Dale, and probably some state troopers, and most likely the FIB as well. And maybe in different parts of the map, you'll have different police come after you. So it won't be like in GTA 5. It always seems to be the Los Santos County Sheriff's Department, even if you're all the way up in Blaine County. So maybe this time around, we'll have a variety of different police units throughout the game. Sheriff's departments, police departments, state police, FIB, etc. Another really good image of a biker and his lady. And that revolver looks amazing. So I hope that the revolvers have a lot of customization. He's obviously the enforcer of the Final Chapter MC. Nice looking beard. I hope that Jason can grow out a nice beard like that. He has a Liberty City Cycles hat, so that's pretty cool. And he obviously has his motorcycle in the background. Another screenshot from Ambrosia at night. We got some factories, we got some water towers, we got really good lighting. The lighting continues to get better and better with all these games. Like I said, from GTA 5 to Red Dead Redemption 2 and now GTA 6, as well as the cloud coverage at night. Obviously, there's some power lines here and more factory work going on. We got these fields on fire. It definitely reminds me of a mission from Red Dead Redemption 2 with Arthur and Sean, where they go in and burn some fields. I'm guessing Jason and Lucia might have to do something similar in GTA 6. Now, this guy might not look like it with his hair and his tattoos. He looks a little worse for wear. He's got some worn out pants, but he does have a nice car. I don't know if that's actually his car or maybe he GTA'd it right. But, it's important to keep nice cars clean. And it's good to find some lovely ladies in Ambrosia to help keep the car washed and the window, looking as clear as possible because, there's dust, there's pollen and mud all over the place and sand from the beaches. So it's really good to see these ladies, making some money, doing some honest work. Mount Caliga. All right, so let's go to Mount Caliga. Fire danger low today. Preventing wildfires is up to you. Yeah, I live in an area that has wildfires as well in Central Texas. Definitely a scary thought. Mount Caliga National Park. There's another duster in the background. Looks absolutely beautiful. I'm guessing this is probably in the northern part of Leonita, where the bottom part's all about beaches and an ocean and swamp. But of course, you have to have a mountain region, even though there's not really a mountain region in Florida, but that's fine. So you got some boats, some kayaking, canoes, you got some wildlife. Looks absolutely amazing. I definitely want to check out this part of Leonita. So let's go explore Mount Caliga. Wild, wild country. Room to breathe in the state's northern fringes. Well, looks like I was right about that. Northern landmark up against the state's northern border, Mount Caliga offers prime hunting, fishing, off-road trails, and lush surrounding backwoods. Hillbilly mystics and paranoid radicals live far from the prying eyes of the government. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Maybe we'll find, Bigfoot up here. Maybe Wendigos, skinwalkers, werewolves. Wouldn't that be interesting? All right, let's check out these screenshots. All right, so some dirt biking going on with some dirt bikes, ATV. We got a trash panda right there just trying to survive. We got this, what appears to be an abandoned factory that's seen better days, but I love the dynamics, the mud effects. Looks really, really good. I just hope that Sly Cooper makes it out in one piece. All right, next we got, I guess, a Weasel News helicopter flying around the park. I guess getting some really majestic looking video for it. So yeah, I think that's a Maverick or the new version of a Maverick. We got these guys going out hunting. Looks like they got themselves a nice buck. I can't tell if it's a 6-pointer or an 8-pointer. And there's a squirrel climbing up the tree. So we got a tree rat over here. And once again, I speculate that if you do hunting and fishing in GTA 6, just like in real life, it wouldn't surprise me if you actually have to go first and foremost buy a license for hunting as well as fishing. Because if you don't, then there's a chance that the wildlife department, game wardens might be on your ass. Another beautiful shot of the park, Mount Caliga. We got some birds flying by. We got this bridge, looks like a railroad bridge. Got a little river in the background. We got this 2-lane road with some traffic on it, some bikers going for a little ride. It looks like we have a mountain lion up here stalking something. Goes all the way up here. It looks so good. Amazing how far you can go into this park. I hope it's a huge park and you can just go get lost in it, because that's something I'm definitely planning on doing. Speaking of mountain lions, looks like the mountain lion's about to get some lunch from an unsuspecting deer who's just trying to get a drink of water. So you got a buck up here, you got some doe right there, and look at the reflection on this creek. It looks really, really good. So yeah, the reflections, I'm very impressed with that, from the mirrors inside of vehicles, like rear view mirrors, the side mirrors, reflections on the sunglasses, and of course in this creek bed in this park. Looks absolutely stunning. And speaking of reflections, the reflections off the water look good. You got this bridge with this train going by, a freight train. You got the flood gauge. You got some wildlife in the background. You got this guy kayaking. That's gonna be kind of fun if we're able to go off and just kayak all the way down the rivers and stuff, and just whether you're one day in an action mood, going in for a gunfight, going in for robberies. The next day, maybe you want to go walk down the beach or go deep sea fishing or diving. then go off into the woods and go fishing, hunting, or just taking a kayak and go down the stream and go down the rivers of Leonita. There's definitely going to be a lot of stuff to do in GTA 6. And yeah, Mount Caliga Park looks absolutely amazing, but so does the rest of the world of Leonita, what they've shown us so far from trailer 1, 2, and from the website. Which of these locations do you want to check out first? Vice City, Leonita Keys, Grass Rivers, Port Gellhorn, Ambrosia, or Mount Caliga? And which of these characters interests you the most? Brian, Raul, Real Dimes, Draquan, Booby Ike, Cal, Lucia, or Jason? And that's pretty much the end of the website with both Lucy and Jason closing the trunk on this video. A lot of people speculate that similar to the horses in Red Dead Redemption 2, we'll be able to use it to store additional weapons and equipment, and etc. Because there's a very real possibility that just like in Red Dead Redemption 2, we're going to be limited with what we can carry when it comes to weapons and other things. There's two trains of thought, two camps. One side wants us to be able to carry everything, to be a walking arsenal, just like we've been in previous GTAs. And then there's those of us that like the idea of deciding and picking and choosing and limiting the weapons that we can carry into situations. You know, certain handguns, pistols, revolvers, long guns like shotguns, rifles, or heavy weapons like grenade launchers, rocket launchers. I like it because it adds a bit more realism to the game, and you have to make choices and you have to strategize depending on whatever situation you get into as Lucia and Jason in GTA 6, which once again is coming May 26, 2026. Website link below in the description section, along with my breakdown of trailer 2. And yes, I'm going to continue covering GTA 6 as we get more information over the next few months. Pre-order information eventually, and whenever the game does launch, hopefully a year from now, May 26, 2026, I'm definitely going to be streaming it. And I'm also going to be covering Mafia: The Old Country coming up in just a few days from now at PAX East. I'll be covering the gameplay trailer as well as the developer panel. So I'm very excited for both Mafia: The Old Country as well as GTA 6. Your thoughts, views, and opinions regarding trailer 2 as well as the GTA 6 website, welcome, as always, below in the comments section.